YouTube is one of the best sources of free real estate leads, and I can tell you this from experience. I generate about 20 leads a week on average directly from my YouTube channel, and it's all for free without spending a dime on ads. And I'm going to tell you exactly how I do that. Now, I am not the first and certainly not the last to be using YouTube for my real estate business. It is something that happens all the time, and it is such an amazing resource for free real estate leads. I started YouTube in 2019 and it took me years to really get up and running. But after some time, I kind of realized that I could have shortened that curve by doing a few key things. And that's what I aim to share with you guys today and share with you on my channel. Now, as you know, there are a million ways to get business in real estate, whether that be cold calling, door knocking, open houses, networking, email marketing, etc. The list goes on and on. But social media is definitely at the top of the list as being one of the best sources of real estate leads. And YouTube in particular being really one of the best in my opinion, because you can build great rapport with your audience through long form content. Now, the challenge with that traditional prospecting method, which definitely works, is that it takes a lot of time and effort on a daily basis. You have to spend the hours cold calling every single day in order to start to see results. Whereas with social media and YouTube in particular, you can make one video today that will bring you multiple leads for years to come. And the beauty of this is it all works while you sleep, while you're on vacation with your family, while you take a day off. You are still prospecting on the internet, but you don't have to be present to do it. Now, why YouTube works really well is because you can create evergreen content that lives on forever. Like I just said, make a video today that will bring you multiple leads for years to come. But what is also really awesome about YouTube is it's actually a search engine. If you aren't aware, YouTube is owned by Google, so many viewers are using YouTube as a search engine. And not to say they're not doing that on other social media platforms, but those platforms aren't built for that like YouTube is. You can also build so much trust through a YouTube video because it is long form content. And if you create your channel correctly, you'll create bingeable content for your ideal client to be watching all of your videos, getting to know you, like you, trust you, and ready to work with you when the time comes. And one of my favorite things about YouTube is it's extremely cost effective. I don't spend a dime on ads. All you need is some minimal equipment to get set up, and you can start posting videos and gaining traction from there. So how do you generate leads on YouTube? Well, in order to do that, you need to have somewhat of an understanding of how the algorithm works. So let me share that with you. It's very similar to how it works on other social media platforms, where YouTube makes more money the longer it keeps users on its platform because they're watching more videos and they're able to run more ads towards those viewers. Now, knowing that, it makes sense for YouTube to promote content to the viewer that it knows the viewer is going to want to watch. And the only way it knows that is by analyzing the viewer's behavior. And it also has to understand the content of the creator and make sure that that content is going to resonate with that viewer. Therefore, as we think about ourselves as content creators, we have to be really clear with YouTube on what type of content we're making so that YouTube understands who to put our content in front of. And that's really how you build a channel that grows, gains momentum, and kind of snowballs on itself, is by being very clear with the algorithm on who your content is intended for. And then YouTube does the rest of the work. So the first thing you really have to define is who your audience is. Who is that ideal client? Who are you trying to reach with your content? And I will caution you, don't start your channel by just throwing out a bunch of real estate content to see what sticks, because that is a recipe for a very long time without many results. You want to be so much more strategic when you start your channel and actually know who you're making content for. What problems are you solving for that viewer? What questions are you answering? And by the way, if it's helpful while you're trying to figure this out, you can download my free guide on how to define your client avatar. Check the description below. Now, once you know who your viewer is, it's so much easier to create content that's going to resonate with them. And as you're making your videos and scripting them or outlining them, you need to create a framework that is going to keep your viewer engaged. Now, what this means is you always want to start your videos with a hook. You want to have some reason for the viewer to continue to watch the video. And you also want to have a call to action telling them what to do, whether that's call, text, email you, or click a link in the description for more more information. Now, you always want to end your video with a call to action, asking them to watch another video on your channel, because this is going to signal to the algorithm that your viewer really liked your content, and it's also going to allow your viewer to develop a deeper relationship with you as they watch more of your content. Now, the biggest piece of advice I have is stay consistent. You always want to make sure you are posting on your YouTube channel as consistently as possible. Once a week is a really great starting place, but if you can't manage once a week, then go every other week. Just make sure that you remain consistent. Now, there's so many pieces to this puzzle to create a lead generating YouTube channel. And on this channel, I go through all of that information in more depth throughout multiple videos. So if you're here because you're ready to kickstart your channel, but you don't even know where to start and what type of gear you need, I got you covered. Watch this video right here.